Grab your notebook. Let me know where you are watching from. Today's conversation is around first-time home buyers, first-generational buyers. I'll talk to you about lead generation, but some of you need to get back to the basics. We need to work. It's cold here in Illinois. It's snowing. Listen, I'm in the part of Illinois that always gets snow, but this time we're not getting the snow, but maybe about 15 miles south, they're getting it. And I hear Tennessee, Georgia. So again, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Coffee with Carrie. Oh, I think I need another light. There we go. How's that? That's maybe. So again, good morning. Good morning. Grab your coffee. We're going to talk about first-time home buyers first. Generational buyers. We'll talk about lead generation. We will talk about, I'm getting more light because I feel like I need more light. Well, we will talk about I don't know if we're going to truly get into strategy because for those of you that were in the course last week with me, did anybody join the class? If you're in the membership, it's under the buyer blueprint. If you weren't in the membership, you joined, but you want to invest in the replay, it's only 37 bucks. If you're on TikTok, you have to go to the link in my bio. I literally show you how to find buyers. You have no excuse. I'm the trainer. I am the for real trainer. I show you how to generate leads. I show you how to build a business. Listen, trust and believe. I always have a story. So I'm going to tell this to all of you here. So, I love my realtor friends, especially those in Illinois, because you get more access, even though, hold on, some of you just come here and you don't invest because maybe it's just not in your budget. But I am going to tell you, sometimes I need you to invest so I can keep coming back. So if you didn't invest, if you're on Instagram, type the word buyer and you can invest. When I tell you I laid this course out. It looks just like the membership. It's a 5-part series. I give you templates. I give you AI. I show you how to find leads the traditional way. And yesterday I had the privilege, or this week, I trained at 3 different offices. And these agents are showing up to the point where even for my brokerage, I'm calling it the rebuild year. I came back to recruiting and we're coming back. I'm getting people back to work. So I love what I do. I love to teach all of you. I love teaching. I love it when people like Cayenne and Patty um, and Adlin, you come and tell me it worked. I have been in this industry now since, let me record. So again, good morning, everyone. I am Carrie. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Coffee with Carrie. I'm a real estate agent just like all of you. I own a brokerage in Illinois, Florida. We sell land in Mexico. Caremark Realty Group is the broker. I'm the designated managing broker. I have a few agents. We're calling this the rebuild year. So back to my story. So I am now, I have the privilege of educating real estate agents in Illinois. So you have no excuse. You have no excuse if you're in Illinois because we can come to your office and train because I am a continuing ed instructor in Illinois. I also teach in other states. I'm coming to Georgia. Hopefully it's not snowing. And I teach for my multiple listing service. So if you don't listen, if I'm training and I'm teaching another class today, Friday, as I'm live, 10:30 a.m. Central. If you're in my market and you don't come to class, I always end with the lead generation tip. So again, if you type the word buyer, if you're on Instagram, you get the link. If you are on TikTok, thank you for the hearts over on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you have to go to the link in my bio. I haven't figured out ManyChat for TikTok, although it's here. And I was like, I could spend 20 minutes trying to figure it out, or I could literally just come and talk to all of you this morning. So again, the link is in my bio. I am putting it on YouTube. It's 37 bucks. If you're in the membership, it is under the 2026 membership under the buyer blueprint, buyer leads. So the whole course is there for all of you. Although I do think that the way that the layout of the course is, if you're here and you're in my membership, send me an email. I'll add you to that one. I'll add you to it. Send me an email and I'll add you to it. So you can see the layout because I'm proud of myself. I'm proud. All right. So first time home buyers, first time home buyer leads, grab your coffee, invest in the course, support me so I can keep coming back to all and to talk to all of you. And if you have a realtor friend that needs to generate leads, go invite them. Tell me where you're watching from. Where are we watching from today? Where are you? I am in my basement. And it's cold. We got our grandson today. Why? Because it's cold. Schools are out. So, yeah, I'm in the western suburbs of Illinois. Occasionally go get down to Florida. All right, so share this with a friend. We need some more people in the room. Give me the hearts over on TikTok. Here we go. You ready? We're generating leads today. So, the best day to, I'm looking at my notes. You ever look at your notes and you're like, what was I typing this morning? It looks like I'm missing like whole words in my notes. Okay, so first-time buyers, first-time home buyers, first generational buyers, and I'm going to say the best buyer today is the buyer that doesn't own a home. So write that down if you're taking notes. Um, so write that down. The best buyer today is the one that doesn't own a home. So why do I say that? Why do you say that? I'm telling you, if you can see my notes. And you might say, Carrie, well, why? It's because they don't have anything to sell. No contingencies, nothing to prepare to get the home sold, no cleaning, no fixing. So let's talk first-time home buyers. Do any of you remember purchasing your first home? Because I remember purchasing my first home, and some of you heard the story. When I purchased my first home back in 1997, I remember it was July when I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I didn't like paying rent anymore, but I had to write a lot of letters to, yeah, tell me your stories in the chat, or that's the story you need to go tell on social media. So I remember I had to write a lot of letters to the lender. I remember writing an offer. So first of all, my friend who we went to church together, Vivian Tarver, she's an attorney now. She took me to see properties, and we wrote an offer on a property that was 75,000. I'm sure this property is worth 300 now. Let's say 250. $300,000. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-story home. It was like a quad, and it sold for 100,000. I couldn't compete. And so now that's kind of the things that we're dealing with today. So bought my first home in 1997, and because I actually went and looked at new construction. So some of you need to write that down, because that is another way to help your first-time home buyers, because these builders have more incentives and they're the ones doing the mortgage because they're the title company now, they're the lender now, they are the builder, and then they can work with you. But make sure as a real estate agent that you go with them to new construction. Do not send them on your own. Yolanda has said it all. For those of you that are on TikTok or YouTube, 18% interest rate. So my story is my interest rate. So now I don't even want to tell you what mine was. 7%, it was an arm. So every year my interest rate could go up or down. Every year it could go up or down. I thought I was doing good. So Yolanda, you need to go tell that story online. So I remember buying the property, writing the contract in July, and then closing in November 19th, 1997. And the cool thing is the builder had a program. I don't know if you're a builder, but if you're a builder and you're watching me, it would be great if you work with first-time home buyers and give them the ability to give you the money every single month to get to the 5% down, or the 3% down, or the 3.5% down, because some folks can't save money. Is that you? Is that you? Okay. So today I feel like this is why some of our buyers feel challenged. So pocket that for new construction. So a first-time home buyer has options. You're writing frantically. I know. So, and I usually put these on my blog post. I take my transcript and I put it on the blog post. So and I put it on the podcast. So you can always come back and listen to Instagram or the podcast. So a first-time buyer has options. I already gave you one option. New construction is huge. Financial assistance programs. You need to go do research. What's available in your area? What banks have programs? Low down payments, because they can do FHA, maybe VA or conventional loan, 3 or 3.5% down. VA is 100% financing. tax benefits and incentives. That is why first these are the things we should be talking to potential buyers about. Tax incentives. Um, you have the ability, a first-time home buyer, anyone have 401k, 403b, IRAs. A first-time home buyer can take a loan from their 401k. So that's an option. Some of you can go ask your parents for money. Maybe they'll give you a gift. Low credit score requirements. And by the way, my first home, new construction, $129,000. I had an FHA loan. I had to write a lot of letters because my credit wasn't great. And I own it. And I'm telling you, some of you need to tell your stories because you know you don't like to stay out of the store. That part. Thrift savings works. I like that. That's another idea. Another option is if I were giving you strategy, because I'm going to say it again, it's for those of you that can't stay out of the store. You know who you are. Who can't stay out of the store? And some of you need to write this down if you're a real estate agent and you don't own, because you can't. How can you sell houses? And I know some of you do, and you haven't gone through the process because you will have different type of empathy when you go through the process. So if you're the realtor that doesn't own, if you're not making enough money, go back to work, come back to real estate. That's just my opinion. But for those of you that have real jobs, split your money into your into a savings account, put money into 401k, especially if they match it, and then put what you need to live on in your regular checking account. All right. We're not doing some of y'all need to come talk to me about these banking, how this next generation does banking. Y'all stress me out. And then there's educational resources. I'm in DuPage County, and in DuPage County, we have the DuPage Housing Authority, and the DuPage Housing Authority has classes. They even have classes if you just don't get it, or if you're in trouble with your property. Some of you don't even know that some of these tools exist, and some of you need to go there and volunteer. That part. Um, so let's talk about first generational buyers. And by the way, let me go back to, I told you I'm a real estate agent. This is the rebuild year. I am Mark's assistant in 2026. Save me, y'all. Save me. Save me. And my goal is to help Mark lead generate. When I went back and looked at how we were lead generating last year, his goal was 12. I think he did 9 or 10. I know for sure 9, but we haven't put that new construction into the MLS yet. So, because we can have, if you're the buyer's agent, you can add your volume to the multiple listing service with the permission of the buyer. So, we went back and we looked at our marketing, and there was a point where it dropped off, and that is when I get busy. When I get booked, Mark is not generating leads because I'm the rainmaker. And you could say rainmaking, Carrie, 9 is not a lot, but if you do 9 transactions in some markets, it's $100,000, and that is just probably what some of you need. So when we talk about lead generation and first-time home buyers, I want all of you to look at how you're lead generating. If you missed my January 9th and January 16th live, go back to Instagram and watch it, or YouTube, because I streamed it. Some of you need to watch it. And I'm just going to tell you, if you take the YouTube one, you can throw it into ChatGPT and ask it to bullet point it. All right. That is your bonus for the day. So again, I was a first-time home buyer, didn't think I could buy, but I got sick and tired of having to walk up 3 flights of stairs. I got sick and tired of the not the landlord, but the maintenance company. They came in and moved all of our furniture because they had to repaint because of lead-based paint. And I didn't have a garage. It's cold today. If you don't have a garage in Illinois, it is freezing. It feels like -30. Hence why I think all of you should call me to ask me how to buy in Mexico. We'll talk about that. If you want that, by the way, if you do want that video, send me a DM and I'll send you the replay. So let's talk first generational buyers. I have had clients, because I've been licensed since 2001, purchase and they have never owned. And these were people in their 60s. I love first-time generational buyers. I love first-time home buyers. I love first-time generational buyers. And I love people that move here from out of the country because they also are people that are more likely to buy based on data. I'd have to go look at my source. That if you become a citizen of the United States, you are more likely to take advantage of the American dream than us. All right, so we talked a little bit about first-time home buyers. Remember, I said first-time home buyers are the way to go. because they don't have anything to sell. And you are their hero. All right. So if you're over on TikTok, tap the screen and share this with a realtor friend. Let's see. I'm going to send this to Mina. Let's wake up Sheena. She's up. We've already been texting. Let's Lauren, Ryan, people are my kids are at work. All right. So again, first time home buyers, great way to go. First generational buyers, these are people that have never owned and they've rented and rented and rented. And you just got to show them how much they've been paying in rent for 30 years. And you know I have a story. I had a tenant, not my tenant. I was working with the landlord, and that tenant paid off his mortgage. He lived there for 30 years. That part. Hey, Sheena. See, I knew she was awake. I sent you a message on TikTok. So now we said you go after first time home buyers, first generational buyers, and then people that move here from out of the country and people that have moved here from out of the country that become citizens, more likely to buy. So I've given you what you need to do if you want to know how. If you type in the word buyer on Instagram, you can take my course. It's only $37. If you go to my link tree, you could take the course. It's 37 bucks. And I'm just listen, I'm selling to all of you differently. If you have never invested in anything I taught, trust and believe. I have people in this feed. What I teach works. I taught 10 real estate agents yesterday, and they were like, "What? What?" I'm going to show a video on my Smart Girl Media page. These agents are producing agents, a whole team, and they're all ready to they show up because what I teach works. All right. That part. So, where do you find these buyers? Tell me in the feed, where do you find first-time home buyers? In the course, I give you the what, the why, and how to find them. So I'm gonna spit it out, and then you have to figure out how to do it, or just buy the course. If you're in the membership, it's under the buyer blueprint. Renters to buyers, new employees in the area. Sheena, we're gonna talk about that today. College campuses, tax season. It's tax season. Show me where the money resides. Gabby, I said if you're in the membership, if you email me, I'll give you the platform as opposed to it just being on the membership. So you can tell me if you like the course. So yeah, type in the word. There you go. You can find buyers in RPR, but remember, why do we like first-time home buyers? Why do we like first-time home buyers? We like first-time home buyers because they don't have anything to sell. They could be living in their parents' house. They could be renting. We like first-time home buyers because they don't have to fix the house to move. Now, again, we do want to go to RPR because you could have move-up buyers, downsizers, all of that. So, again, type in the word buyer and you can invest in the course. Educational content. I'm watching all of you on social media. I know who's generating leads. I do. I'm telling you, right, Gabby, go. Educate the buyer. Educate the buyer. So let me talk to all of you like you don't own a house, because some of you have noticed that I'm talking to you like you don't, like you're the consumer. So here we go. If you're just joining, we started with first time home buyers, first generational buyers, right? You have a family, cousin, sister, brother, and that whole family has never owned. First generational buyers. Number 3 was people that move here from out of the country, investors maybe, or number 4, it's people that move here from other countries and they become a citizen. They're more likely to buy than all of you. Based on data, I got to go find my source. I did a project once upon a time. So if you really think about it, and none of you said what I think you should say, but think about the people you already know. So go back and watch the replay on January 9th and 16th, or just type in the word buyer in the feed. So let me talk to all of you like you don't own a house. You ready? And if you do own a house and you're like, here, I'd like to buy again. So here we go. If you're a realtor and you don't own, I would love to help you with the process. Refer yourself to me and let me be your agent. And then you'll get coached, but then I get paid. Now that's a whole concept. If you are a real estate agent and you're embarrassed, don't I sound like an infomercial? If you're a real estate agent, if you're a realtor and you're embarrassed because you don't own a home, I understand. Let me help you through the process of home ownership. Refer yourself to me in Florida, or See, you told me this last year and I did it. Okay. So again, I sound like an infomercial. So here we go. If you, I should go do this video for real. If you're a realtor and you don't own a home and you're embarrassed, let me help you through the process. What's the win? Number one, you get to work with me. I'll be your real estate agent. Number two, you also get paid because you're going to refer yourself to me and I'll go on the high end. Maybe we split it because I'll make you do some work. And so here's the process. Number one, start the process even when you're not ready. Start the home buying process even when you're not ready. Oh, you are the worst client. Oh, what if you don't have a down payment? What if? I didn't have a down payment. This is my story. I didn't have a down payment. I called my mother. Here's my story. So July 1997, I bought new construction. I didn't have a down payment. I had to put down 5%. The builder allowed me to pay monthly on the down payment until I got to 5%. My mother gave me maybe 3,500 in a gift, and the builder allowed me to pay monthly. I listen, do not judge me. I didn't go to Aldi because I didn't want to pay for the cart. I thought I had to pay for the cart. I was like, I'm not paying a quarter. I didn't know I got it back. Ooh, don't judge me. So we eat beans and rice for about 5 months. When I tell you I learned how to eat nothing, I might have been the best. I might have had the best body then, you know. So I learned how to live on a budget. And here's the deal: is I got sick and tired of not owning. I wanted my own place. So if you are a realtor and you don't own, sacrifice. So you have to plan, and it's hard if you're not disciplined. It's hard if you're not disciplined. Number two, work with an agent's preferred lender. And I'm going to say this: we might have three because they say you got to refer three, but some of you don't realize that if you're going to purchase a home, you need to work with the people we already know because we already can make a phone call and say, "Look, what's happening? What's going on?" That part. That part. And if you're just joining, type in the word buyer, please buy the course because y'all need to keep me coming here because I need to pivot because Sheena told me you got to do something better because I give y'all too much. So here we go. Save money. Save money in the bank. I mentioned this earlier. Cayenne gave a tip. You might have to scroll to see that one. Tap the screen over on TikTok. Hey, Jessica. So save money in the bank. If you have a real job, and realtors, I have real jobs. We just have to give ourselves the work. Um, if you if you have a job and you make $500 a week, take 30% of that and put it into savings. 30% of it, and some of y'all, and then you need to put whatever the percent is in 401k because some of you don't even realize how much you spend on Amazon. Go to Amazon, download what you spent on Amazon. Take that download for 2025, throw it into ChatGPT and ask Amazon where you spent all your money. I want you to do it with your bank accounts on ChatGPT, but there's a strategy for that because you don't really want to put your bank account there. Right. Mark, I need you over on TikTok to tap the screen. So save money in the bank. Split your paycheck. Split it. Split your paycheck. Some of y'all need to do this as real estate agents. So if you're a realtor and you don't own that part, if you're a realtor and you want to get out of the cold, you need to buy in Mexico. If you're a realtor and you have never invested in real estate, the second property needs to be an investment. You are a real estate agent. You have access to all the stuff, but we're out here trying to hustle to get other people to buy with us, and you get a percent where you could get all the money. All right, I digress. Some of you need to change your buying habits. Can all of you in the feed please tell Mark, type in the feed if you're watching the replay, everybody send Mark a DM and say, Mark, you cannot buy a car in 2026. Mark, you cannot buy a car in 2026. Oh my God, that 30% out of a check makes a difference. It really does. And some of you don't even realize how much, you could plan. So my sister, not my twin sister, said that whenever she wanted to buy a luxury purse, she would take money out of her check every month, and it might have been a year or 2 years to buy the luxury purse, as opposed to going into debt. And I really, there's a purse I want, but I don't want to go into debt. So Kara, I knew you were going to talk about me today. See? Listen, I owe you a video too. I owe you an unboxing video. You feel like it's all Trina? Trina, you have no excuse. You need to come back to Illinois and buy a house in Illinois. You need to come to Mexico. Trina, you should have already bought in Mexico. That's wrong, Gabby. Mark, buy a car, just not in 2026. Ooh, y'all are, oh, ooh. Okay. So, what can you do differently for a year, maybe two, to own a home? So, if you're a realtor and you don't own your own home, I'm not going to say shame on you. I'm going to say let me be your realtor in here in the suburbs. I'm happy to help you, and then you can work with me. I'm in the recruiting business now, so you can come work with me. And then I just get a portion of your compensation anyway. I'm happy to take you to see properties. You can sign a buyer agency agreement with me, right? What a concept, Sheena, right? If you're a realtor and you don't own, let us help you buy. Um, oh, Mark has entered the chat. What did he say? I bought in 2025, but it won't get, you got you spell here wrong, Mark, but I get it. Here until 2026. That is so not right. So, what can you do differently in 2026 to own, even if it takes you 1 year, even if it takes you 2 years? So, let me recap and then I'm out. Here we go. Here's what I want all of you to remember. Number one, I love educating all of you. Number two, if you've never invested in any of my classes, take a second, type in the word buyer, and buy the course Buyer Leads. If you're in the membership, it's under the Buyer Blueprint. It's only 37 bucks. And trust and believe, listen, Mark is always like, you give too much. Trust and believe it's a great class. I love the course. I love the course. You want to see the course? Maybe I should show you the course. I'm going to show you all of you the course. Let's go see. So, let me recap. Number one, we were talking about first time home buyers, first generational buyers, people that move here from other countries, a great way to start. Number two, when you talk about first time home buyers or people that don't own in the United States or really anywhere, people that don't own, they don't have anything to sell to buy. Now they might have to sell something to get a down payment. That's different. Or they need a strategy. But people that don't own, it's easier for them to move, and then you can write the offer. Even if you're in competition with others, the value is you're not selling a home to buy a home. Although you might want to go look for people that have homes that are paid off because they might have a little more leverage. So take advantage of what's available to you. And in the course, here, I'm going to show it to you. You want to see? Here we go. When I tell you, I need to go, I feel like I need to go do a welcome video. Contents. Here we go. Copy, copy, paste. I'm going to show it to all of you. I will start with TikTok and YouTube at the same time, real close. So if you're on YouTube, here it is. If you are on TikTok, I'm coming to Instagram next. You know, I can never figure out how to flip this screen. I should put my glasses back on, right? Well, I could probably do this at the same time. So here it is. I could do all of this at the same time. So this is the membership. Look at that. I have all of these different modules. Maybe I'll even change the title to the modules, maybe. But when you're here, look, module 1, pipeline over panic. Man, this is a good course. I give you all the takeaways. And my favorite is the resources. Budget tracking, income tracking goal sheet, Facebook template, Instagram template, everything I created while I was teaching it for free. If you got it for free, you're like, okay, Carrie. Buyer leads, postcard template, lead generation prompts, and then the tech tools that you have access to. What are y'all doing? Listen, I even give you a video where you can go buy one of the tools that I use every single day in my purse. Listen, some of you guys need to go watch this video. Listen. You guys have no excuse. This is when I tell you I'm clear I made a good course. I am clear. So if you are in the membership, it's under the buyer blueprint in the membership. If you're in the membership, if you're not in the membership, buy the course. Listen, everybody's selling you something now. But and here's what I know, and I am all for the people selling things, and I want you to invest. I always want you to invest. However, not everyone actually teaches you. I really do, for real, teach you how to lead generate. So you have no excuse when you learn from me. I've been doing this for a long time, and people will come to my classes just because I always end with a lead generation tip. So no excuse. All right, let me see my feed. So, I'm done. I'm done talking. Gabby, I will be in text. Oh, you guys are chatting with each other. Okay, you guys should meet. So, so again, I'm here. I'm in Illinois. I appreciate all of you for joining me. I really appreciate all the hearts over on TikTok. I got to figure out how to go live on TikTok every day. I would have to get up at like 5 a.m. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm tired. I'm tired of thinking about it. So I will be in Atlanta for the Georgia conference on, drum roll please. It is that's the weekend. It's the week of, hold on, let me tell you. I'll be at the GAR conference. I'm speaking on February 16th and February 17th. I'm going there also to support Brienne. She is going to be the first Black president for Georgia Realtors. That part. So please, 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 if you're in Georgia, come see me. You have no excuse if you're in Illinois. I'm working on some other. Oh, I'm coming to Wisconsin. Anybody in Wisconsin and you want an invite? Because I'm coming to Wisconsin to speak. Hold on, let me go figure out where I'm coming. On the February 12th, Milwaukee. I will be in Milwaukee. When will I be in Aurora? Oh, in Atlanta. I'm sorry, I should put my glasses on. So I'm done talking. I appreciate all of you. If you are in my marketplace, first of all of you should go to the link in my bio and make sure you're registered to get my emails. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to try to come and teach a webinar so I can then make it available for purchase afterwards every single month. Some of you love that webinar last Friday, and I'm impressed with myself. I'm impressed. Now I'll do it differently the next time I teach it. So Diane, we can just do something here. Let's put together an event here. We got Sheena here. Let's do something here in Illinois. We're here. We don't need to go to Wisconsin. Y'all are here, but if you're in Wisconsin, you should come see me. That part. All right. Gabby, you can come stay with us. Come on, Gabby. All right, everyone. See you later. If you're in Illinois, sign up to get my emails. Come, I'm teaching for the MLS commercial class today, a commercial class. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Go to the link in my bio. Type in the word buyer if you are here in Illinois. Invest in the class. Trust me, it is worth every penny. I give you more. I'm the for real trainer. I'm for real, for real. I know that this stuff works. The hardest part for real estate agents is it doesn't work because you don't work. And when I sat with these agents this week, I sat with an office a few. I was in Bolingbrook. I taught 47 real estate agents in St. Charles. It was continuing ed. These agents came hungry. I was in Oak Park. I was at Gibson's downtown Chicago on Rush Street. I was in on the north side of Chicago. Some of you saw the funny video. They were like, "Let's do a video, Carrie." So listen, you have no excuse, especially if you're in Illinois. You really don't. So invest in the course. Invest. Let me help you. And then if when you invest, promise me you're going to do the work. Promise me you're going to do the work. There, see, Trina, really, we have no excuse on not doing an event in Arizona because you got a room I could come stay in. So come on, listen, come on. Help me help you. Here's my last ask. I'll say two. Number one, I'll go to the link in my bio and click the link so you can see what's there. Number two, send me a direct message with the name of your local association and I will ask them to invite me. That's the number two. That's my ask. Invest, sign up to get my emails, invest in the course. And number three, send me a DM, a direct message of your local association, and I will ask them to have me come out. That's what I'll do for you. Get me to your state. Okay, everyone. See you later. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. Stay warm. See you later. Tell me you learned something new. And please, when it works, not if it works, when it works, send me a video, send me a testimony, send me a typed testimony, send me your photo so I can use your photo, because I really do know it works. It works. Trina, call me after 11:30 a.m. Central. So again, if you're listening to me on the podcast, thank you for listening. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my podcast, and check out my blog, smartgirlmedia.com.